Hello everyone, Sam here with Free State Flow Solutions, and I'm bringing you a video on how we quote you valves. So, if you stay tuned, then you're going to learn all about the things we need to know so that we can get you a quote. For starters, you might have the part number of an existing product. In this case, we simply get you the same thing. However, if the item is discontinued or we need to find a different brand or model, sometimes the part number can be converted. If it can't be converted or you don't have the part number, then we'll try to get the process information in the manner that follows. The following are the physical things we need in order to get you a quote. The easy way to remember these things is in a simple acronym: COST. Connection, operation, size, and type. The following are the application details we need in order to get you a quote. The acronym for these is TAMP. Temperature, application, media, and pressure. When it comes to what each of these mean, some are more self-explanatory than others. So let's break them down, starting with cost. Connection. Connection refers to how the valve mounts to the pipe. One thing to note is certain types of valves will only have some of the following end connections versus all of them available. For instance, you won't see a globe valve with a wafer connection. The types of end connections you might see are wafer, lugged, flanged, tri-clamp, threaded, socket weld, butt weld, and tube end. Operation refers to the method used to operate the valve. Here, one would say if the valve is manually operated by a lever, a hand wheel, or a gear operator, as opposed to mechanically operated by an actuator. Granted, in some cases a valve might be passively operated, such as in the case of a check valve. I will add, if the valve is actuated, we're going to need some additional information about the actuator or the actuation method, but we'll cover that in a different video. Size is one of the obvious ones, but do note this refers to the pipe size, which is the diameter of the pipe. Type, as in type of valve, is the valve you're looking for, whether it be a ball, butterfly, gate, globe, check, etc. Not only do we need to know for application reasons, but also face-to-face measurements of valves are relatively standard based on type. If you need a gate valve, but I quote a butterfly valve, those will not interchange without pipe modification. TAMP. Temperature refers to the range of operating temperatures the valve or application will see. If the temperature around or going through the valve is very hot or very cold, then we need to select a seat and trim material intended for that use. Remember, if your temperature is ambient, you need to explain if that's inside or outside, simply because ambient temperature outdoors is very different from Arizona to Kansas to Montana. Application. This one is not as clear. Application basically means what system is the valve part of. Is the check valve going near a pump? Is the valve near a boiler? Is the valve in a highly corrosive environment? Is the valve in a cryogenic application? This information is important because it can help us determine what materials and features to quote. Media. Media typically refers to whatever is going through the valve, whether it's a gas, steam, water, soda, ammonia, chocolate, etc. Aspects of the valve will need to cater to the media. Similar to the application, this information helps us determine what materials to use. For instance, if the media going through the valve is corrosive, then we want to select a seat and trim material that can handle that. Pressure refers to the range of operating pressure the valve or application will see. If the pressure around or going through the valve is very high or very low, then we want to select a seat and trim material that will be properly applied to that. If your temperature range is between 40 degrees and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, then you don't need a valve that can handle 1,000 degrees at 1,000 psi. Therefore, you can save some money by not over-applying a valve. Conversely, you don't want to endanger an application or people by under-applying a valve. That should cover how we go about quoting. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to us at sales@freestateflow.com. This is Sam with Free State Flow Solutions, and I want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I encourage you to check out our other videos. Also, if you're in our territory, feel free to reach out for a quote or a professional consultation at no charge. Have a great day.